Hello, my name is Bridget Alton and I am a publicity strategist with the Right Vision Group, here with this week's media tip. Today we are talking about planning and about how planning early is an understatement when it comes to pitching your stories to reporters. So today I'm going to give you 3 tips to help you plan a little bit better so that you can pitch more according to a reporter's calendar than your own. Reporters are constantly planning in advance. They're always looking toward the future. Today has already gone for a reporter because they are planning stories for tomorrow, next week, and even later than that. So I always tell my clients and potential clients, if you have a big event that is coming up, you really need to try to plan out as early as possible so that you can get the details to a reporter and you can increase your chances of coverage. So that's why you need to plan ahead. The first thing you need to do is look at your calendar. If you have a big event coming up, let's say it's planned around a holiday or the Black History Month is coming up, and I think Women's History Month is in March. So if you have events planned around these particular times, you should have been pitching a reporter already, perhaps even this month, to say, hey, what do I need to do to get on your calendar? We have this great event that would be a good fit for you or a good fit for your media outlet around Black History Month or Women's History Month. So you should already be doing that. So if they say, hey, you know what, give us a call a little bit closer to the date, you're able to do that. But if you wait too late, you run the risk of them scheduling something else and they may not need your story. So the early bird gets the worm, right? Which leads me to my next point. It's always better to be too early than too late. I would rather you pitch your event 2 months early for them to tell you, okay, give us a call back on XYZ date, than for you to call and say, you know what, we're trying to get you to cover this event, and they tell you, well, we've already got someone in that slot. We're already focused on someone for that holiday or that particular event. So if your event is time sensitive, give it several weeks out, a month at least, but I would say maybe even 6 weeks to start contacting the reporters to see what you would need to do as the date gets closer to get that coverage. And the last thing is to have all the details in place. Don't call the reporter and say, hey, we're having a fantastic event, but I don't know the date, time, or location. I just know it's going to be great. They may not take you all that seriously. So when you do contact a reporter, make sure that you have your details in place and the information that you need to give to them to make that coverage and event a success. So your 3 tips. Make sure you look at your own calendar and plan accordingly. It's always better to be too early than too late, and I'd rather you call them to see when you need to contact them again if it's closer to the event. I'd rather you contact them 2 months out than to waiting too late and they can't cover your story. And lastly, make sure that you have all of the details in place. So remember that reporters are always planning ahead of time, and the best way for you to try to get coverage for your event or initiative is to plan ahead as well. Thanks so much for your time. You can always find us online at www.thewbg.com, and we have links there to all of our social media, including Twitter, Facebook, and LinkedIn. Take care, and we'll see you next week.